Hey, what's up guys? Ken here from the Retro Toy Escapades channel, and today we're checking out the best toy truck of the 1980s, the M.A.S.K Rhino. Okay, so first up, let's take a look at the gorgeous box art. Now we see the Rhino in an incredibly intense combat situation with explosions going off all around. But I always wondered what was actually happening here between the two characters. You have MattTrakker hanging off the side of the Rhino instead of driving it, and he's got his helmet off and he's yelling something to Bruce. Are they having a quarrel of some kind? Is Matt about to die in battle, and is he giving Bruce his mask as something to remember him by? What do you think is going on? Leave a comment. Anyway, the entire box has incredible photos of the actual Rhino toy all around, which show off every aspect of the toy's functioning abilities, and the detailed blueprint on the back of the box gives you the exact name and correct term to be used for each of its accessories. Now in the 1980s, kids would spend hours at the toy store just staring at these images on toy boxes and memorizing the names and functions of all the weapon systems. I know I sure did. In those pre-internet days, where there were very limited resources for reference images, a picture was truly worth $1,000. Now let's check out the Rhino toy itself, which is an absolute marvel of toy engineering. The Rhino is such a faithful representation of an actual Kenworth truck, and all of its secret defensive abilities are so carefully hidden that you would never suspect that this was a war machine. The Rhino has lots of chrome painted parts that really make it stand out. However, the chrome has been known to wear out over time, and especially through vigorous play, and this will greatly affect its appearance. So the Rhino comes with two drivers, the first of whom is team leader MattTrakker. The sculpting work on Matt is absolutely fantastic, just like all of the M.A.S.K figures were, and he looks exactly as you would remember him from the cartoon. Now Matt comes with the Ultra Flash mask, which emits a powerful flash of light to disorient the enemy. Ultra Flash is also the mask that is represented on the brand's logo. Matt's co-driver is Bruce Sato, who is obviously Asian. Now, if you grew up in the 1980s, it was somewhat common to have stereotypical pop culture characters. On the cartoon, every word that came out of Bruce's mouth sounded like it came from a fortune cookie. Also, in a line that had already very small figures, somehow Bruce was the shortest. Now Bruce's mask was the lifter, which fired anti-gravity beams, so he could somehow make things around him higher. Here's a shot of both Bruce and Matt together. See, I wasn't kidding about Bruce being short. In fact, he's about the same height as Jackie Chan. Now let's check out some of the Rhino's action features. The passenger seat has an ejection feature to get rid of unwanted passengers. We have to assume that Venom agents have a tendency to board the Rhino when the vehicle is moving, thus requiring this function. Now do take note that the feature works best when the Rhino's side door is already opened beforehand. Also, the feature works great in cases where Matt is facing a boring conversation with Bruce, and the ejection seat helps in ending the discussion early. The grilled bumper in front of the Rhino has a Battering Ram feature. Now this works great in clearing a path, and also to send enemy agents flying. The side smokestacks of the Rhino can be pivoted forward to become laser cannons. This is another terrific example of the toy using existing parts of the truck's overall design and turning them into defense weapons. Then we get to the rear of the vehicle, where the back compartment can be extended out to reveal a secret command center where Matt and Bruce can work on their important computer-related research. It must be hard though having to work so close to such a massively huge missile. The missile is in fact very sensitive to touch and can fire at the slightest grazing of the back trigger. The missile has a really good range. You might want to keep your face clear when it goes off. Now, in case it needed pointing out, the Rhino comes with licensed Goodyear tires. So the back wheels of the Rhino can be separated to form a rolling all-terrain vehicle. Now this is especially handy in cases where the Rhino comes under heavy enemy fire, and at least one of the drivers will be able to make a quick escape in this buggy while the Rhino explodes into flames. The black missile that comes with the Rhino does have a variant. Some European versions of the Rhino came with a white missile with the words TVSAT on it. The European release of M.A.S.K had a tendency to tone down the violent aspects of the toy line, and that is why they feature different artwork on the boxes with no signs of firefights or explosions. Now I imagine that the words TV Sat were short for TV satellite, and rather than have the Rhino fire a simple destructive bomb, it would fire a satellite missile instead into orbit for research purposes. Well, what do you guys think? Now, some 9 years ago, I came across a version of the Rhino on the secondary market that had a flat silver paint on all of the areas that the chrome paint was to be on. This obviously came from the manufacturing factory, but I've not seen a similar one since. If any one of you out there has seen this version before or know of its origins, do share your thoughts in the comment section below. So while I like both versions, the version with the silver paint has grown on me in the years since, as it is far easier to maintain. In the 1980s, the Rhino was possibly outshined by another more popular and visible toy truck, none other than Optimus Prime of the Transformers. But for my money, the Rhino is still the best 80s toy truck for its realism and attention to detail, and which, coupled with a transforming ability, it quite possibly has never been matched since by anything on the toy shelves. So I hope you enjoyed this throwback look at the M.A.S.K Rhino. Do subscribe to the Retro Toyscapades channel for more content, and I'll catch you guys again soon. Thank you.